welcome to another insightful session about Chiron. I am Paris J, and we're going to be diving into if you have Chiron in Leo, and this will also show up if you have Chiron in your 5th house. So before we get into Chiron in Leo, let's quickly review what Chiron represents. Chiron, known as the wounded healer, shows us where we hold deep emotional wounds, but also where we can learn to heal ourselves and others. This asteroid brings attention to the areas of our life where we are vulnerable, where we have the greatest potential for growth and the greatest potential for mastery. Chiron in Leo is known as the wound of self-expression. So when Chiron is placed in Leo, the wound often centers around our sense of self-worth, recognition, and creative expression. Leo, ruled by the sun, desires to be seen and celebrated for who they are. Yet, with Chiron here, there can be a deep-seated fear of not being good enough or not receiving the acknowledgement we crave. This can manifest as either a fear of stepping into the spotlight, or on the flip side, an overwhelming need to seek validation from others. So let's get into how this shows up in early childhood, or how it can be showing up for you now in present day. So in early childhood, you may have often faced challenges around self-expression, recognition, and self-worth from a very young age. Here are some key indicators that might show up during the formative years, or if you haven't healed the wound, if you have this placement, it's showing up for you now.
Here are some key indicators that might show up for you. Seeking attention or recognition. With this placement, you may often seek attention or validation from your parents, teachers, or peers. This may show up as acting out or performing to get noticed. When this attention isn't received, they or you might feel unseen or unimportant. Struggle with self-worth and confidence. Despite having natural talent, there might be struggles with confidence. You may feel you are not good enough or unable to live up to others' expectations, often downplaying your strengths to avoid feeling vulnerable. Feeling rejected or unloved. This placement can create feelings of rejection or inadequacy, especially when creative expression is ignored or criticized. You may feel unloved for who you are rather than what you do. Creative blocks or emotional shutdown. Chiron in Leo might experience fear or self-doubt around your creative ability. If your early creative efforts were not encouraged or were dismissed, you might shut down or stop engaging in activities that allow them to express themselves, or you express yourself artistically when you have the opportunity. Chiron here can create a fear of being in the spotlight. A person might avoid leadership roles or feel they are not worthy of taking center stage, even when they have the talent and potential to do so. Overcompensation or attention-seeking behavior. Some individuals with Chiron in Leo may compensate for their feelings of inadequacy by seeking excessive attention. They might act out or become overly dramatic to get noticed, trying to fill a void within themselves. Emotional sensitivity to criticism. You may often be highly sensitive to criticism, particularly when it relates to creative expression or talent. Even constructive feedback may feel like a personal attack, leading to emotional withdrawal or defensiveness. Lastly, when it comes down to your playfulness and fun, you may feel that you have to prove yourself or be serious before you can enjoy life, which can stifle your natural joy and creativity. So how do we heal this wound if you have this placement? Chiron in Leo is all about reclaiming your creative power and learning to shine authentically. It's about breaking free from the need for external validation and instead learning to validate ourselves, whether it's through art, performance, leadership, or simply expressing yourself joyfully in the world. Healing comes from fully embracing who you are. So here are some practical steps you can take to heal and embrace Chiron in Leo.